This past Saturday night in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, Sami Zayn pinned Cody Rhodes on his 10th attempt. After 10 years, the Kingdom Arena erupted. Zayn jumped into the crowd with the WWE Championship, tears streaming down his face, 18,000 people losing their minds in Saudi Arabia of all places. And for about 48 hours, WWE was must-see television again. But now it's Friday. Raw and SmackDown have aired. The dust has settled, and the question is, no longer can WWE create a great moment. The question is, can they build on it? Because that's where this company keeps failing. And today, we're gonna fix it. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. This week I went deep on the current WWE product. Night of Champions Fallout, this week's Raw and SmackDown, what's building towards SummerSlam on August 1st and 2nd in Minneapolis. And I've got 5 real, specific fixes. Not wishful thinking, not fantasy booking. Real problems, real solutions, based on what is actually happening in WWE right now. Let's get into it. Let's start here because this is the most urgent dot. Sami Zayn is your new undisputed WWE champion. He beat Cody Rhodes and Gunther in the same match. His 10th title shot. A decade of heartbreak finally over. That moment in Riyadh was genuinely one of the greatest feel-good title wins in years. The internet went insane. People who hadn't watched WWE in months were sharing that clip. But here's the danger sign already flashing : reports are circulating that Brock Lesnar, yes, Brock Lesnar, could challenge Sami Zayn for that title as early as Saturday night's main event at Madison Square Garden on July 18th. That's less than 3 weeks away. And if Lesnar beats Zayn for the title at MSG, T-Hat would be one of the most tone-deaf decisions WWE has made in years. You just gave the fans the most emotional championship moment in recent memory. A 10-year underdog story finally paying off, and you're gonna take it away in 21 days to a part-timer? Here's the fix. Give Sami a meaningful run. He doesn't need to hold it until WrestleMania, but he needs more than 3 weeks. He needs a proper rival. He needs Raw and SmackDown to treat him like the champion, not a placeholder waiting for the next big name. Cody Rhodes wants his rematch. That feud tells itself. Let it breathe. Let Sami be the guy who fights off the American Nightmare, who holds on against the odds, who proves he belongs at the top. SummerSlam in Minneapolis on August 2nd is the target. Zayn vs. Rhodes as a proper grudge match for the title, that is a main event that sells itself. Don't rush this. Protect Sami. Let the story breathe. Oba Femi is the 2026 King of the Ring. He steamrolled through that tournament. He beat Jey Uso clean in the final. He is physically one of the most impressive athletes WWE has put in a ring, and his nickname, The Ruler, is starting to actually feel earned. He's already said he wants Roman Reigns. He wants the World Heavyweight Championship. He wants to be the new face of Raw. And here's the question WWE has to answer right now this week on Raw. Does Oba Femi challenge Roman Reigns, or does he pivot and go after the easier target? The new champion, Sami Zayn. Multiple analysts are pointing out that Zayn, being a newer champion, might be the smarter move for Femi's first world title win, but I disagree. The match that makes Oba Femi a star, a genuine main event star for the next decade, is Roman Reigns. Because Roman Reigns is the measuring stick. He always has been. Think about it. Every big babyface who beat Roman became a made man. Cody Rhodes, Sami Zayn. Even CM Punk's title win at WrestleMania 42 mattered because it was Roman he was taking it from. Femi beating Roman at SummerSlam in Minneapolis, in Brock Lesnar's home state, would be the coronation moment. Point Oba Femi at Roman Reigns. Build it like a monster V's, a legend. Make it feel inevitable. Announce it this week on Raw so the entire SummerSlam build has direction. Roman Reigns has his bloodline back. Jimmy USO, Jey USO, Jacob Fatu, Paul Heyman by his side. They've been terrorizing Raw for weeks. But on SmackDown last Friday, the night before Night of Champions, something cracked. Tama Tonga and Tala Tonga walked away from Solo Sikoa. Cut ties completely. Told him they were done with his obsession with Roman Reigns and the bloodline. And Solo was left completely alone, visibly shaken, screaming, "Nobody leaves me!" to an empty hallway. That single moment is the most interesting thing happening on SmackDown right now. Solo Sikoa, the man who stole the Tribal Chief title from Roman, the man who ran his own faction for over a year, now abandoned, isolated, humiliated, And Roman's new bloodline is bigger and more powerful than ever. That is a ticking time bomb. The story writes itself. Solo, with nothing left to lose, has two options. He either acknowledges Roman and comes crawling back, or he becomes the most dangerous loose cannon on SmackDown. LA Knight has already sniffed around Solo. That dynamic is interesting too. Here's the fix. Don't rush Solo back into the bloodline for a feel-good reunion. Let him suffer. Let him be desperate. Build him as a man with nothing left, because that Solo Sikoa is far more compelling than any version we've seen before. Make his eventual confrontation with Roman feel like it was earned through months of pain. That is a SummerSlam story, maybe even a WrestleMania 43 story. Keep Solo isolated. Let the desperation build. This slow burn is WWE's best long-term story on SmackDown. Let's talk about Cody Rhodes. He just lost the WWE Championship to Sami Zayn via roll-up. His reaction, standing there stunned in the ring as Zayn celebrated, was genuinely compelling television. But here's the creative problem WWE now faces. What does Cody Rhodes do next? The obvious answer is rematch clause, Zayn v. Zay. Rhodes at SummerSlam, Rhodes wins it back. Predictable. Safe. Fine, but there's a better answer. CM Punk is reportedly transitioning from Raw to the SmackDown brand, which is Cody's brand. And Punk and Rhodes have been circling each other for over a year without ever having the definitive match that everyone knows needs to happen. You have a newly humbled Cody Rhodes, no longer the champion, not sure who he is without that title. And you have CM Punk walking onto SmackDown ready to establish dominance. That's not just a match, that's a story. Rhodes trying to prove he's still the top guy. Punk trying to prove he never needed the belt to be the best in the world. Two massive egos, two completely different philosophies on what it means to be a champion. Send CM Punk to SmackDown now. Build Punk versus Rhodes as the SummerSlam match that doesn't need a title to feel enormous. Let Cody earn his rematch with Zayn by going through Punk first. That's 3 weeks of incredible television right there. SummerSlam is 5 weeks away. 2 nights. Minneapolis. US Bank Stadium. And right now, after Night of Champions. Here's what we know is happening. IYO, SKY versus Liv Morgan for the Women's World Championship. Great match, well-deserved. Both women are excellent. And that's basically it. Everything else is still being figured out. The problem is, WWE has a bad habit of treating SummerSlam like a stop on the way to somewhere else, rather than a destination in itself. They build feuds, TO, SummerSlam, but not enough feuds feel like they reach their ultimate conclusion there. WrestleMania 43 is in Saudi Arabia next year. That's the real destination. And everything between now and then should be building toward it. Here's what SummerSlam should look like. Night 1 closer. SKY versus Liv Morgan. Women's World title. These two are ready to main event. Night 2 closer. Oba Femi VZs. Roman Reigns. World Heavyweight title. The coronation of a new star, or the reaffirmation of the greatest of this generation. And on the SmackDown side, Sami Zayn defends the WWE Championship in a match that feels earned. Whether that's Cody Rhodes, CM Punk, or Gunther getting his long-awaited clean win over the champion, that match needs to be booked with intention. Stop treating SummerSlam as a stepping stone. Treat it as a destination. Give us definitive endings to these stories. Let the next chapter start at SummerSlam, not 3 weeks before it. All right, let's bring it home. Here's your 5-point plan to fix WWE right now in July 2026. Protect Sami Zayn's title reign. Don't give it away to Brock Lesnar at MSG in 3 weeks. Oba Femi at Roman Reigns. Announce it this week on Raw. Build it like a legend killer in the making. Let Solo Sikoa suffer alone. The slow burn isolation story on SmackDown is gold if WWE is patient enough to let it cook. CM Punk to SmackDown. Give Cody Rhodes a fresh chapter and build toward Punk V's. Rhodes at SummerSlam. Make SummerSlam feel like a destination. Definitive endings. New beginnings. Not just setup for the next show. Look, Night of Champions last Saturday night reminded us all why we love this product. Sami Zayn jumping into that crowd in Saudi Arabia with tears in his eyes and the WWE Championship over his head. That image is going to live forever. The talent is there. The stories are there. The audience is ready. WWE just has to be brave enough to trust it. Now I want to hear from you. Are you riding with new champion Sami Zayn? Or do you think Cody gets it back at SummerSlam? Drop it in the comments. Like the video if you learned something, subscribe if you're new, and I will see you next week.